Hello everybody, I'm back and this is my toy collection. I'm going through all my old toys, talking about, my memories and just showing off what I have and what I still have, really. And of course I gotta start with my very first Power Ranger. And that was this one, the Black Ranger, Zack. It wasn't really my favorite. I remember I got this, it was right at the height of the popularity, not too long after it had come out. And I remember, I guess they're really hard to get. And my mom and one of my friends' moms was, no, I guess they had like an agreement that if one of them found a toy, they would buy it, and for the other one. And I just remember them coming over and them giving me the Black Ranger, and I was like, well, I want the Red Ranger because Andy had the Red Ranger, but I was fine because this is my first Power Ranger. I was like, I loved Power Rangers. I remember watching the commercials, even like maybe right before they had come out. And I just remember I was really into dinosaurs. So they would show like their faces, and this wasn't even in the show, it was just like in one of the early trailers. They would show their face, and then they would like morph like the Animorphs style from the TV show, like in that style, into like dinosaurs. I remember going to my mom saying, "Oh, they're like they turn into dinosaurs." And of course, that never happened. But I just remember getting really excited, and oh no, looks like I'm missing a couple. Well, me and my daughter were playing with them today, so I do have the complete set of these. Actually, really I have the Green Ranger. That's actually just like this one. It's just a straight up action figure. While my Red Ranger and the rest of these all have like Kung Fu Chop. And yeah, another Kung Fu Chop. And Kicks. These they suck. I remember not really liking them, playing with these so much, because like the legs would always be going back. But they were my Power Rangers. So I wanted to play with them. And of course, I have no accessories for these anymore. I have no idea where they are. And I also have the White Ranger. As you can see, I lost his shield. I lost the Green Ranger's shield. I remember, I don't know why, I put electrical tape around his leg, and both his legs, and around his waist. I don't remember. I would like kind of, not dress them up, but like, sometimes I would like put paint on them, or like put rubber bands and stuff around, not just the Power Rangers, but the Ninja Turtles or whatever. I don't have any of these, and I'm definitely going to find pictures of them online. And it was actually, I had the entire set of the original 6, um, including the Green Ranger. And it was actually like a flip head, like when you hit the morpher, the head, like you would have them, it looked just like the actor that played them. When you hit the little morpher on their stomach or whatever, around their waist, their head would flip around, and then they would be a Power Ranger. So like, you pretend that they're just hanging out, for, walk around school, dressed in Power Ranger uniform, but except for the helmet. And then, oh no, it's morphin' time. And you hit the buttons and they would flip over, and it was just really cool. And they actually really did, for the most part, except for like, Zack, really didn't look like him, while the other ones actually did kind of look right. The next ones I remember getting, I never had the Megazord or anything. I didn't get Zords until later, but I'll get into that in just a second. Is the movie ones, and once again, I had the complete set. No idea what happened to them. All I got left is the Red, Black, and Yellow Ranger. As you can see, their heads don't flip, but they do have the animal from the movie on them, and they're silver. They glitter, which I remember being really cool. Like I would have my old ones where it was like just they were just painted. They're nothing shiny or nothing with the flipping heads. And I would pretend that like they were like the evil Rangers, like they had made like clones or something, and they would all have to fight. And these are pretty good toys. There are lots of joints. This is what I always liked about the Ninja Turtles. Like they felt, I mean, they're hard as hell, but they're really easy to move. Oh, but I do actually have one gun for these Power Rangers. I don't know exactly where this gun came from because they all look exactly the same. But that's all I got left. But I do have, I believe these are from the Burger King kids meal from the movie. And it actually looks a lot like the movie, with like almost like armor. And I remember they had these just like little vehicle type of things that they would just sit in and they would ride around. And these, I mean, I still play with them. I didn't care. They were Power Rangers. Oh, and then I actually have this one, last of my, the original generation, the White Ranger. It was like a motorcycle. He had a motorcycle that he rode around on, and it was pretty cool. But just like that, this was a little bit more stiffer, but he actually came with the sword, and it's held up pretty well. And I got Zeos. I actually have well, I'll start with this one. This is another motorcycle one. I believe it was a motorcycle, but it was Zeo. And it looks pretty good. Looks like I ripped off, like, because they carried like a sword and then a gun on the other side. And I guess I ripped those off at some point. Who knows? I also had this was actually like their second or maybe like even their third Zeo Zords, but they were cool because they were all like humanoid, but then you could put them all together. And like I said, I only got half of the green one, and he was the legs, if I remember correctly. This was the arms, and just sat right on top of the star. Man, see, the arms would go through. There's little holes on the bottom, just go right in. The head would turn around, and it just snaps in. There was a head that goes on top, and then I think I think the blue one was actually like the hips because it was like a triangle. So it'd like stick right here, and then this guy would jump into there, and his other side would go there, and then the last one would be the feet, like the circle, the pink one. So yeah, missing all that. I got ahead of myself. Here is... Actually lied, I did have some of the Zords. I had basically their second one, like the ninja... It wasn't the ninja Zords. It was the one that came after with like the dragon and whatever. But I also had this one, White Tiger Zord, which I still have. He doesn't work anymore, and he's a little stiff now. Oh, I also had the Green Dragon Zord. I remember that, and his front would like light up. But I didn't have like the actual original Megazord. I remember it would being a bitch, like putting them together. Like I would always need like help from my mom to put them together. And then like, of course, when you're playing, like, oh, they have to, they're separated now. They're fighting separately. Oh, they got to come back together. Hey, Mom, I need some help. But here we go, the White Tiger Zord. His thing would light up when you hit the button up here, and I think the eyes would too. And there's also a bunch of stickers that I guess I had lost. There's a bunch of them, but it was pretty cool. Like I said, I had the whole set because they would make that Megazord for the second season, but then those could actually connect to him. So that's pretty cool. Ooh. And then the Falcon that was introduced during the movie, the Ninja one, I still have him. I'm missing the leg, but I had the whole set, and they would all come together, and he'd be like, shoot, and he doesn't actually shoot, but it looks like he could, and his mouth opens. Oh yeah, and there was also like another little back talon, like on the heel, but that is no longer with us, as with the entire left foot. Oh yeah, get back into Zeo. I had this. He had like 2 axes, and he would hold them, and he would be like this. And this was about when I started getting out of Power Rangers finally. This is a turbo one. Another missing fucking arm. I actually have a pink one, and I believe she was missing an arm too. I have no idea where she is. I know it's probably in my daughter's toy box, but I think. But he had like a key, and like you could turn it or something on the back, and he had like a gun, and it would shoot out this thing. It was pretty cool, but I wasn't really into Zeo, I wasn't really into Turbo, and even during Zeo, I just kind of got annoyed because they kept changing the Rangers, and they had changed so much. I remember really getting upset when the alien rangers showed up. I really, honestly, I was 8. I remember crying, like, after like 3 episodes of that. I was like, they're never gonna bring them back. And they honestly, they brought back the characters, but not the original powers and Zords. And so, oh yeah, and I'm about 99.9% sure that this is one of the enemies. I have no idea what his name is. I didn't really have many of the actual enemies. I would actually use my Ninja Turtles um, as enemies for the Power Rangers a lot. And this has always stuck with me. I remember seeing Toy Story, and I remember, like, you know, with the whole Woody feeling abandoned and stuff. And then my mom actually saying, like, that's probably how your Ninja Turtles felt when you started playing with Power Rangers. And that just always stuck with me. Like, I know they're not real, but I don't know, maybe that's why I like toys so much. But I don't know his fucking name, and he can't fly. And to finish up this video, this is my one. I don't have a bunch of shirts like I do with the Ninja Turtles, but here I got one, the original with the Megazord, and they're all looking buff, looking good. That was something I always thought was funny. Like like they never looked buff, but whenever like you saw like a drawing of them, like either a comic book or a T-shirt, they always were like buff and like. Ugh. Oh yeah, okay. This was a gun. I believe it's yeah, it's Zeo, and there was actually there was like a different little bulb, not a bulb, but like a little plastic thing of each color, and it is, you can kind of see it now. The red light would light up, and it would kind of make them line up. And I remember them using this like once in the show, and like seriously, this fits in your hand, but in the show it was like fucking huge. Like it took all 5 of them to hold it. So this is a little weird, but it actually has 2 modes. Oh yeah, and this how you put the little things on, they would twist on. So it's pretty cool. So, and like I said, I'm missing a bunch of toys. I'm gonna keep saying that, but I lost my entire line. I remember my sister actually stealing my Green Ranger flip head Power Ranger, and I remember being so upset that it was lost, because I remember my aunt had bought it for me, and like we would celebrate Christmas, like we would give presents on Thanksgiving on my dad's side of the family, and I remember getting that from my aunt, and I remember she was like, you know, you don't lose this, like, because I guess she worked at Walmart, so she actually, I guess, took it off the shelf and hid it, because they were selling like that fucking fast, and the Green Ranger, everybody's favorite, she just kind of put it to the side for me, so, and it's gone now, which sucks, but that's the end of my Power Ranger look back at my toys. Leave comments, you know, what do you remember in terms of, you know, your Power Ranger toys? You know, what else, if you didn't play Power Rangers, what did you play with? Did you play with the fucking Kame Rider? The guy that looks like a giant bug, Beetleborgs, VR Troopers. Um, but yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And see you next time, where I'm going to take a look at my Batman toys.